Hello everyone, welcome back to our course. Since we know what nonverbal communication is, now let's talk about its significance. Why is nonverbal communication important? Or maybe we can ask the other way. Can you think of a moment that it is not important? Think of the following occasion. You want to make a good first impression in a job interview. What will you first consider? I think most probably you will first consider what to wear for the occasion, right? How you should dress up and how you should behave. All these are nonverbal elements of communication. We can understand the importance of nonverbal communication from the following four aspects. Firstly, nonverbal communication is important because nonverbal messages constitute much of the meaning we get from our interaction. Many and sometimes most of the critical meanings generated in human encounters are elicited by touch, glance, vocal nuance, gestures, or facial expression, with or without the aid of words. As a whole, about 93% of the meaning in a conversation is communicated non-verbally, 38% through the voice, and 55% through the face. People's emotions and attitudes are reflected in the posture, face, and eyes. Even silence and no expression in the face communicates something. Secondly, nonverbal communication is important because it spontaneously reflects the subconsciousness. Nonverbal communication is more involuntary than verbal. That is to say, many of our nonverbal behaviors are not easily controlled or faked consciously. Thus, they are more reliable and trustworthy. When what someone says is contradictory to what he does non-verbally, we tend to believe the non-verbal message. For example, if someone says, "I love you," but with no smile in the eyes and with a frown, do you believe he is telling the truth? Of course no, right? Thirdly, non-verbal communication is important in that it affects relationships. To successfully relate to other people, we must possess some skills at encoding and decoding nonverbal communication. The nonverbal messages we send and receive influence our relationships in positive or negative ways, and can work to bring people together or push them apart. Think of how you and someone become friends, or why you dislike someone. What has played a role? You are welcome to post your remarks on our discussion board. And finally, nonverbal communication can be open to many interpretations. This makes it more important in intercultural communication. Although some nonverbal behavior speaks a universal language like smiling and crying, others can be interpreted differently in different cultures, resulting in misunderstanding. Thus, proper use of nonverbal messages in intercultural communication is very important if we don't want to be involved in communicative failure or disaster.